Hi there, this is Dr. Dennis Buckley from Health Advantage Physical Medicine in Pasadena, California, and I present to you Healthy New You. People are living longer than ever. Are you ready? Are you prepared to live this long? Well, before we start our program, we're going to ask you to take a little bit of an assessment. This is called the 100-Year Lifestyle Assessment. Basically, what you want to do is you want to go through each of the questions and rate your response to the question as never all the way up to always. And then at the end of the questionnaire, add up your score and see what it says. If your score was 0 to 35, you better change how you're living because you're headed for a disaster. If your score was 36 to 70, stop killing yourself slowly. Basically, you're entering a slow suicide. If your score is 71 to 105, basically you're okay, but you could go backwards, but you also could go forwards from good to great. And if your score was over 106, basically you're doing a great job and you're going to enjoy a sensational sensory. Research shows that less than 50% and up to 90% of the people who make New Year's resolutions don't keep them, and most of the time it's the same resolutions that they made the year before. 95% of the people who go on a diet gain the weight back plus more. In Canada, 90% of Canadians purchased pain pills in the last year, and Americans consume 80% of the world's pain pills. So, do you know you need to make changes? It's time for a healthy new you. How long have you known you needed to make these changes? I bet every year when you make those New Year's resolutions, you say, I need to make a change, and then you don't. So, one thing that the reason they come back is they're not going to go away until you make these changes that are necessary. So, not making changes can cause unnecessary suffering. There's only one thing worse than suffering today, and that's suffering for up to 100 years. If you look at the population figures, whether you like it or not, want to or not, you will probably live longer than you ever thought. The fastest growing population in the U.S. is people over the age of 100. They expect between the years of 2005 and 2040 a 746% increase. But also, look, there's a 30% chance, 301% increase of people 85 to 89 and also 65 to 84. So basically, people are getting older whether or not they want to. See, the odds of reaching the milestone are increasing every day, and it's being advertised or covered in the media all the time. And basically, it's going to be much more common to hear about people living post 100. In fact, most babies born today, in the 2000s, may live past 100. Increased lifespan presents new challenges for society. And this is from the Lancet British Medical Journal. Living to 100 may seem as a long life now, but according to a new review, it may be the norm for babies born today. More than half of all babies born since 2000 can expect to live in triple digits. I guess it's good news for individuals, but it's also a challenge for society. So the question will be, as you live this long century life, what will the quality of your lifestyle be as you age? Will you be a burden at age 80, or will you be water skiing at 100? The choice really is yours. What will the quality of your house be as you age? You're going to have to make a decision whether or not you're going to exist in a crisis care model or a lifestyle care. And if you're in crisis, are you going to transition to lifestyle care to keep you healthy? Making this critical transition is essential. See, your body is amazing. You have innate intelligence in your body, and it does things that are beyond comprehension. It's a supercomputer. It's a manufacturing plant. It's a hospital. It's a healer. It creates its own drugs. It makes over 1 million new neurons per second in your body. It makes over 600 billion blood cells per day. And guess what? It contains the blueprints for you to live to a healthy 80, 90, 100, and beyond. So one thing you have to realize is you have to stop blaming your genes. In some studies, only 30% of aging is based on genetic heritage, while 70% is attributed to lifestyle choices. But even according to more recent studies, like the China study, the numbers could be as 5% due to genetics, but 95% lifestyle. So, one of the things you have to understand is, what is the environment around your genes? What are you creating through your lifestyle? What could happen? What happens when you age could be that your genes are becoming switched on or switched off. And what switches them on or off? Lifestyle. So, your choices are the most important determinant about how you age. So if you look at the tree here, and if you notice the right side's full green and the left side's dry and dead, what tree would you like to be like? And what about your family? So one of the things, by making healthier choices, you can live a healthier life. So let's take a little survey right now to find out about how to take charge of your life. Basically, what you want to do is you want to calculate your empire, M-PYR, and that stands for your minimum potential years remaining. So what you want to do is take the age of your oldest grandparent ever, subtract your current age, and that's your empire. What do you think about that? For example, let's say you had a grandparent that lived to be 100, and you're 50. Your empire is 50. That means you have a minimum of 50 years remaining. How are you going to spend those 50 years? What changes do you need to make through those 50 years to make sure that you enjoy the 50 years left, or not just endure them? Would you like to thrive or survive? So basically, understand there's 3 life-changing principles. Change is easy. Thinking about change is hard. So take actions. Change happens one choice at a time. Think progress, not perfection. And you need to approach change with your ideal 100-year lifestyle in mind. So one thing you may want to do is be really honest with yourself, is list the immediate goals and changes that you know deep down in your heart you might want to make. This could be increasing exercise. This could be eating healthier. This could be quit smoking. This could be changing the quantity and quality of the foods that you eat. Positive, healthier, or negative. Get rid of those things. It may be able to start to get that job that you really want, study the things you want, change your attitude. And what you need to do is, what are the long-term and lasting goals and changes that you really want to make? Or maybe you need to even look at, what do you not want to happen? You don't want to be sick. You don't want to be disabled. You don't want to lose your memory. You don't want to miss out on your hobbies. So if you don't want those to happen, what can you do to make sure that you can enjoy the rest of your life? So what we need to do is look at your body and how it works together. So we'll use the term fitness to describe an acronym for the things that matter mostly in your body. Fitness, and it's N squared ESS. So it's neurology and nutrition, your endurance, strength, and structure. These are the things that make a difference. So your body has an essential IT system. In the business world, your computers operate on an internet technology system, and basically we have the IT department. Well, your body has an IT department. In fact, you have a natural IT system, because with it, your health is the natural state that you'll gravitate towards. If you optimize it, you can express your full potential. If you live without it, life is not possible, and if you interfere it, health is not possible. So you need to optimize your IT system through your lifestyle, and this includes chiropractic lifestyle care. Your essential innervation of your body innate system can basically affect every phase of life, from conception to your golden years. So here are some concepts of the fitness system. One is nutrition, and one is nerve innervation. If we talk about nutrition, realize these concepts. Good nutrition is vital. Everybody hears about you are what you eat. It's not true. You are what you buy or what you purchase. So in eating, look for organic, non-toxic food. Eat live foods. more fruits and vegetables and lean proteins, avoid the white devils and processed foods, eat smaller meals with healthier snacks, and supplement your diet with recommended supplements and herbs and vitamins that can help your body maintain its balance. Your weight and body composition must be maintained. So you want to focus on QC, or quality calories, versus empty calories. You also need to focus on what you are gaining versus what you're losing. One of the things you may say is nothing tastes as good as thin feels. You also need to get your S in shape. Your S stands for your endurance, your strength, and your structure. Basically, endurance is cardiovascular exercise, strength is resistive exercise, and structure is make sure you maintain proper posture and body alignment, and chiropractic care can help you do that. All three components of the ESS are essential for living an active, healthy, long life. So basically, what happens if they're out of balance? If you have endurance without strength and structure, basically, you could injure yourself. If you have strength without endurance and structure, you could injure yourself. If you have structure without endurance and strength, you're not going very far. Endurance is cardiovascular exercise, so you can walk, run, bike, play basketball, tennis, soccer, get moving, even dancing. Endurance, you want to basically monitor. So one thing you can do is get a heart monitor and monitor how fast your heartbeat is going and how fast you can get it up and build it up. You also want to record your frequency of your intensity and duration of your workouts, and then vary the intensity to improve your results and avoid plateaus. Remember this, record keepers are record breakers. Also, endurance, if you're not used to moving, start slow. If you're a beginner, start with walking and build up to intervals of sprints. As your workouts get easier, increase the duration and intensity, and then wear a pedometer and track your steps. See how far you're going. Your strength creates independence as you age. A healthy spine, a healthy core, healthy muscles, increased mobility. Use resistance training and weights to basically keep you independent, because strength, the muscle of your muscles in your body, the body balance of your body will keep you moving and functioning well. So when you want to work with strength, you want to start with the amount of weight that allows you to complete each set with 10 to 12 reps with some extra effort to complete the last few reps. You need to start slow, start easy, and build up. One thing you may want to do is get a personal trainer to guide you through this process, or attend a class, or partner up with a friend who exercises regularly. Understand this, there are 29 core muscles located in your back, abdomen, pelvis, and they're all controlled by nerves. So a strong core muscles protect your spine and make your body less prone to injury. There's also a core strength and stability test using a plank. Basically, what you want to do is follow these instructions and see how you measure up. This test is also the training. Start working with this core strength and build up your core muscles. Also, a personal posture test. How are you standing? One thing you can do is stand in front of a full-length mirror with your hands at your side, close your eyes and march in place for 10 seconds, then stop marching. Then center yourself, open your eyes, and look at your posture. Is one shoulder higher than the other? Look at your belt line. Is one hip higher than the other? Look at the top of your ears. Is one higher than the other? Is one shoulder more forward than the other? Are your ears in front of your shoulder because your head's forward? Is the curve of your back flat? Have someone basically look at you and help you through all these and check all these things off. If you answered yes to any of these, you basically could be out of balance, and this is your body's compensation mechanism. And if that's true, you need to get it addressed. And that can be corrected through chiropractic care, through exercises, through posture education, maybe even losing weight. But you need to have a check, because this is putting extra stress on your spine and on your joints. Understand this. You have a mind-body connection, and your lifeline is between your brain and your spinal cord is the nerves that exit between the spine. If there's interference with this connection between your brain and your body's bringing information to the brain and brain sending responses out. If there's any interruption to that, your body's not going to work as efficiently as it can. So making sure that your nerves and your spine are aligned and working fine, I know that rhymes, and that does too. You want to do is make sure that you optimize this, so make sure that you're connected. Your brain and body must be connected. That's your body connection. That's your lifeline. In fact, it's interesting. If you look at your nervous system, there's some incredible facts about your brain alone. You have more than 100 billion neurons in your brain, and it stores over 100 trillion bits of information. It regenerates constantly, and it communicates via the spinal cord to every cell of your body through 45 miles of nerves. It relays messages, over 3 million messages every second between your brain and every cell in your body at a speed up to 170 miles an hour. And with proper alignment and chiropractic care, regeneration of damaged nerves is possible. Your spine and your nervous system are very sensitive. 8 to 10 millimeters of pressure, the weight of a dime, can reduce spinal transmissions, interfering with connection between your brain and body. 5 to 10 millimeter of pressure can interfere with the nutrition of a nerve, starving it and possibly damaging it. Here's the thing, nerve compression can exist without pain. It's like a dimmer switch. The light's still on, but it's just not on as bright. If you stretch a nerve from an injury, it can decrease the strength of the impulse by 70%. And you need movement in your body because after 2 weeks of immobilization, scar tissue can appear in the bone as soon as 2 weeks. So, one of the things that they've done is they've done a lot of correlation between levels of your spine and diseases of the body. In 1921, over 100 years ago, Dr. Henry Windsor, almost 100 years ago, Dr. Henry Windsor of the University of Pennsylvania dissected 75 human and cat matters, and he found that of the areas of the spine that were diseased, they coincided with their nerve segments with damage to the organs of the body that segment served. In other words, it was nearly 100% correlation between minor curvatures of spine and diseases of internal organs. Heart disease, all 20 cases that people that had heart and pericardium conditions had misalignments of the upper 5 thoracic vertebrae. Findings were true in people with lung, stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, prostate, uterine conditions, and their corresponding spinal segments. So the question comes up, how do these misalignments or spinal subluxations happen? Well, there's many things throughout your life that can cause these types of problems. The birthing process itself can cause subluxations or misalignments of the spine. Learning how to walk, childhood plays, body weight changes through life, physical, chemical, and mental stress, intense emotional experiences, injuries such as auto accidents or work injuries, environmental toxicity, food poisoning, sports injuries, intensive training, hormonal changes through life, poor posture, excess sitting, probably the number one cause of subluxation, trips and falls and sicknesses and diseases, all can cause damage and spinal subluxation of the spine. So, one of the things that usually brings people into the office is a crisis. And that crisis usually is pain or some type of infirmary that is affecting their ability to perform their normal activities of daily living. So when people come to the office, it's usually a crisis. The immediate goal of our office is to provide relief and stability. Relief to address the symptoms and stability to get people functioning again. But that's not enough. What you need to have is the ability to transition from crisis care to what's called a critical transition to rehabilitate and regenerate. This basically is when the healing takes place. And remember, most of the pain and symptom is gone then, but this is the time to rehabilitate and regenerate and basically make sure that the condition does not return. And when that's achieved, basically you go into lifestyle care, which is goal is optimal health and peak performance. Lifestyle care is the care that will make sure that your 100 years are 100 healthy years, not suffering years. Your body has the innate ability to heal and regenerate if it is allowed to naturally, and your body is into the right, proper environment. So on the left is a person in crisis care. Half the body is good, like the tree is half healthy, the other part is not. With proper environment over time, the left side of the tree starts regenerating with leaves and healthy tissue, healthy limbs, healthy leaves. And then at the end, it basically is a full, complete, whole, and healthy tree because it took time to heal. So the question comes up, in the 100-year lifestyle, will our children's generation be the first generation in decades to see a life expectancy decline? Now wait a minute, you just said that most people born after 2000 will live to be 100. The sad part is many of the children will not live to be 100. They may actually have a decline in health age based upon the current situation, such as our kids are overweight, diabetes struck in younger ages. Life expectancy decline is not due to genetic defects, it's due to lifestyle. And basically, drugs are not the answer, because now we're seeing all the side effects. Have you ever noticed when you see a drug ad on TV, it talks about in the beginning what it may help you with, and then the rest of the commercial, more than 75% of the commercial will tell you about the potential side effects? I wonder if they would start a commercial with all the side effects, and then at the end told you what it may help. You may have a different view of it. What about the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration? They're supposed to protect us. Well, there's a problem with the FDA. They cannot keep up with the information. The FDA cannot fulfill its mission because its information technology infrastructure is inadequate, and it doesn't have the capacity to ensure the safe of our food for the nation. Basically, the FDA is doing their best, but they're falling far behind. So, you need to be aware. One thing that you can do is basically witness yourself and your friends and family and see if there are signs of problems that could be addressed. For example, signs that family and friends are in crisis are people that have to take drugs daily or weekly, prescription over the counter. They're always saying, I need to go to the doctor, or I need my Advil and Tylenol. They're sick often with colds and flu. They're always altering their life, diet, and activity because of a health concern, and it never sticks. They can't exercise, or they say they can't. They're on a health roller coaster or in constant pain. Were diagnosed with a disease or condition, but did not take action to address it. So don't let them be like an ostrich. It's time for an intervention. You can't afford to get sick. No one can be afforded sick. It's easy. It's time to take the lifestyle leap. One of the things that the number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical costs due to illness. People are putting off medical treatment because of the cost of that treatment. And basically, we're not getting a good return on the investment with the money we pay for our health care. People cannot afford to get sick. So one of the things, we cannot rely upon the government or our medical system for health. We have to rely upon ourselves. Lifestyle care and lifestyle chiropractic care will help you live an active, healthy, quality life and avoid the need for crisis care, keeping your need for radical procedures and medical expenses down to a minimum. And this is been studied and proven. In the study of the geriatrics or elderly in the Rand Corporation, 90% of the population studied had not used nursing homes in 3 years before the study, but 81% of those had not received chiropractic care, did not need the use of a nursing home, a 50% less nursing home usage by people using chiropractic care. In the hospital use, chiropractic patients fared even better. 74% of the people under chiropractic care did not need the use of a hospital in the 3 years prior to the study, and 53% of the study group not under chiropractic, a 21% difference. So 87% of patients under chiropractic care perceive themselves to be in good to excellent health, while 68% of those not under chiropractic care thought their health good to excellent. Put simply, chiropractic works. And if this is being discovered not only by the elderly, but by corporations and leading health advocates and people that are active and making a difference, anywhere from business people to athletes to entertainers. Companies such as Google, Apple, and other leading companies and professional sports teams now have chiropractors on site. Gold's Gym, Les Mills, the ACE, and NSAM, which are health organizations for training, endorse the 100-year lifestyle and the lifestyle choices. The first 100-year lifestyle the 100-year lifestyle is now being taught in businesses, schools, and organizations to empower people to live healthier life, but also longer life. So, one thing we want to do is make lifestyle care your top priority. It's your health, it's your healing, it's your responsibility. Our office is committed to helping you and your family live your ideal 100-year lifestyle. Thanks for listening to this message. Take the lifestyle leap, start making the changes, live 100 healthy years and be an example for others and an inspiration for them too. This is Dr. Buckley. Thanks for listening to this presentation.